I want to get in a perspective from activists working in this area as domain experts. Anil Sood runs Chetna. Dr. Richa Singh is a program manager for solid municipal waste at the Center for Science and Environment. Anil Sood, we just heard from the BJP MP in the capital. He says between the last time I visited the site and now, things are getting better. He's got these new big machines that are helping process the waste, and that the size of the Ghazipur landfill, for example, is actually coming down, and he thinks it will go away in 3 years. He's blaming AAP. Now, politics aside, you study this in a non-partisan fashion as an activist, as an academic. What do you think is happening? Are things getting worse? Are things getting better?
Things are getting worse, Rahul. In fact, if I remind you, in 2016, it was stated by none else, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, that Ghazipur landfill site, the entire municipal solid waste shall be used for the construction of Meerut Expressway. And this monumental artificial Aravali will disappear. Unfortunately, in 2019, I did file an RTI with Municipal Corporation of East Delhi as well as NHAI seeking details of quantum of municipal solid waste purchased by NHAI from municipal bodies. You will be amazed that almost 400 project implementing unit in charges wrote me back that they have not even purchased 1 kg of municipal solid waste from any of the civic authorities, and they have not paid any amount. Again, I go remind Mr. Manoj Tiwari. He stated in 2019 that yes, this artificial Aravali will disappear in 1.5 years. Now 2019, we are in 2022. That half year is also gone. So these are all, rhetorics and statements for appeasing people.
Okay, Akshay Marathi joins us from the Aam Aadmi Party. We just heard from Gautam Gambhir, the Member of Parliament from East Delhi. He says that between earlier and now, things are getting better. The landfill site has actually come down by 40 to 50 feet, and that in the next 3 years, he claims that the landfill site will completely disappear. And he's accusing you of Chunavi politics, that because there is an MCD election around the corner, Kejriwal, who so far hasn't been cooperating on this issue, hasn't been visiting these landfill sites, suddenly thinks it's an issue because there is an MCD election around the corner.
Rahul, actually, I agree with Mr. Gambhir that we are raising this issue because there is an election around the corner. Rahul, elections are a great time to hold politicians accountable. And the MCD, which has been run by the BJP for the last 15 to 20 years, has been responsible for the garbage situation in Delhi. This is part of their constitutional responsibilities. We are not saying that this is out of turn. So when it is the responsibility of the BJP to look after the cleanliness of Delhi, to make sure that these garbage mountains that have been forming, which are honestly a mark of shame for the entire city. If the BJP has failed at doing that, it is the Aam Aadmi Party which is in the opposition when it comes to the MCD. It is our responsibility to come out and say that why have you failed at doing your job? So when in 2017, the last MCD election had happened, Rahul, Manoj Tiwari, who was then the Delhi BJP president, had come out and promised that within 2 years, we will ensure that these mountains of garbage no longer exist, these landfills no longer exist. We will,
let me put that question to Shazia Ilmi. Shazia, this promise that Gautam Gambhir just made on the news track has been made by BJP leaders in the past. They couldn't deliver. Is this just an attempt to buy more time so the MCD elections come and go and you say, oh, it will take 3 more years? But what about 2 years in the past when you promised that you would clear it out by now?
No, I don't think that's true at all. I think the target of removing legacy waste and at the speed at which is being done is for everybody to see. I will just release those figures now and we'll see that a lot of progress has been made, but of course a lot needs to be done. While it's very rich of the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson to cry foul now at the last moment, jumping from one state to the other, talking about Christians and Christianity in Goa, to need for goddess Lakshmi in just before the Gujarat elections, and taking support from Khalistan in Punjab and Khalistan supporters. It's very rich now for them to pick up yet another rabbit out of the hat and claim to be the magicians that they are indeed. And it's really sad, because basic questions of the Safai Karamcharis, people who work, who are actually sanitary officers, and the basic salaries have not been paid. And ever since the unification has happened, there has been a demand, and this has been promised to MCD by AAP, that 6,000 crores areas are there, and people have to be paid not just the salaries but also for pensions. And out of that, 1,500 crores was to be given as a first installment, on which BJP, Aam Aadmi Party agreed to give, the government, Delhi government agreed to give 750 crores, but even that has not been released. So while there are huge problems with what is going on, the fact of the matter is that in this very sleazy, murky politics, all Aam Aadmi Party has done